Welcome back, you lovely people. In this video, we're going to take a very quick look around the market and make sure that we are all focused. Please smash the like button as soon as possible. Bitcoin is up 0.5%, just under $60,000. And look at our upward sloping channel, which we've been monitoring for a while. You can see how perfectly this trend line held. And now we're heading back up to test the upper range of the channel, which will of course be a new all-time high. That should come in around 64,000. But remember in here when we're breaking out to the all-time high, and I said we need to wait and see if this is a confirmed breakout or if we come back in and test the channel again. And that's exactly what's happened. So this looks really, really bullish. And the next very, very short-term target, taking out the all-time high, 63, 64. And then can we get above that channel and really start moving towards our target that we have for mid-April of $96,000. But Bitcoin is up over 0.5%, just under 1%. And the market generally is a bit shaky today, as it has been for the past few weeks. The bond market in particular, which is what everybody's looking at, you can see the US Treasury, 10-year Treasury yields here, which are really taking off. This is a problem for the market, it's a problem for the government. It is a sign that there are some deep concerns about inflation. And you can see that in the dollar. The dollar is strong today, just up under 0.5%. But if you look at the equity markets, the Nasdaq down 2% and the S&P down 0.5%. So the reason why I'm telling you that is to show you how strong Bitcoin is performing on a day like today, when there are lots of jitters out there, there's a lot of insecurity around the markets, but Bitcoin is holding really firm, and that really shows you how it shows you the bull market that we're in, because often on days like today, Bitcoin will be off a couple of percent, 5%. And when we enter the bull market, it can even withhold and withstand external pressures. Now, it doesn't mean if the rest of the market has a big crash, then Bitcoin is immune. It will certainly be impacted. But it's just great to see how bullish it is when the rest of the market is not so bullish. If we look around Ethereum looks like it's sideways, but I just want to give some perspective. And if we go to the weekly view, just want to show you how bullish the crypto market is. This is a weekly view on Ethereum, and you can see the velocity that we have here on the Ethereum price. Even though the past couple of weeks have been sideways, we've had a massive, massive increase over the past 6 months or so. And even the past few weeks, we've just come in and created a support line here at 1400, which is what we are watching during this correction. And now we're resuming upwards, and again, looking to take out the all-time high of 2000 in the not too distant future. Chainlink, of course, we've been tracking closely. And Chainlink off 4% today, but again, you can see on the zoomed out weekly view how bullish this is. This trend line, which we've had in since the beginning of the year, is a really, really nice trend line that's been holding even through this correction. And now we're resuming upwards off that trend line. If we go to the daily view for a second, we're off 4% today, but this is very healthy and normal price action. We had a big breakout yesterday of this trend line here, and it looks like we're coming back in to test this trend line. And then I would expect us to resume upwards, take out this resistance and look to the all-time high. So Chainlink looks fine. Remember that we'll be looking on the weekly view against Bitcoin, as I talked about in the video 2 weeks ago. This is a big level for us to be holding. We are absolutely holding at the moment, and things look very, very bullish. And just want to flip back to Ethereum for a second, Ethereum, Bitcoin. If we look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin, well, we had this trend line in since February 2018, where Bitcoin was outperforming Ethereum because it was the bear market. We've broken out of there. You can see we had an amazing retest in here, then resume upwards. and now we're retesting again. So just like Chainlink, we have a really, really important level here on Ethereum, Bitcoin, and I would expect us to hold, and I would expect us to resume upwards. If we don't hold and we start coming down into here, then of course we may have to change our view, and we may have to say that it looks like Bitcoin is going to be outperforming Ethereum, but it's not what we expect, and it's definitely not what this is showing at the moment. This is what this is showing at the moment, like with Chainlink, is that Ethereum is probably a really, really fantastic entry right now before we begin our next leg up. And just to show a couple more charts on the weekly view, look at that on Polkadot. That is absolutely perfect. You may have felt that Polkadot has been going sideways for a bit. Yeah, it has a couple of weeks, but this pattern, this flag here looks absolutely fantastic. And as soon as we break out to the upside, then we're expecting this price action to continue. So Polkadot right here, again, like Ethereum and like Chainlink, looks like a really, really great entry before we start resuming upwards. And finally, if we have a look at Kusama, Kusama is going to the moon. Earlier today, Kusama was up about 15%, I believe, or 17% in the last 24 hours. And Kusama, of course, as I mentioned the other day, about to launch their parachain auctions. That is why the price is taking off. We've been talking about it for a while, and it's now coming to fruition. So, is this a good place to enter Kusama? Probably not, although we do expect it to be much higher in the future. It has gone up. Let's call it in the last 3 weeks, Kusama is up about 92%. If you are looking to get into Kusama, either you're entering here and holding until September, which is a fine strategy and should be very profitable, or wait for some sort of pullback, at least 20% or so. Maybe we get a pullback into this sort of level at 340 or so. Let's see what that would be. Wow. Yeah, in 340 to 320. If we head back into that sort of area, which is possible, then that would be a really good entry for Kusama before the next leg up. But overall, given the rest of the market, crypto looks very, very strong, very bullish. Bitcoin looks really good and ready for the market to stabilize and crypto to really start moving forward, or crypto to just completely decouple from the rest of the markets and blast off. And that is possible. We will see what happens over the next few days. We will be following it closely and making sure that we're all tuned into what's happening. Thank you for all the support and messages I've been getting. Really appreciate it. Please share these videos if they're helpful. Leave a comment down below, and I will talk to you tomorrow.